Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the MAFEX Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America in his stealth suit. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. All right, before we get this guy opened up, a little bit of Marvel trivia for you guys. Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie. Captain America is my favorite Marvel character from the MCU, and the stealth suit is my favorite Captain America suit of all of the entries. So for me, this is a no-brainer. I need this figure. I love Chris Evans' portrayal of Captain America, and this version of Cap is my favorite. So I had to get this guy, and I love everything that he comes with. You can see that he comes with the two shields here. I'm so glad he comes with that red and blue shield. That was the deal sealer for me. He comes with the, because I'm not the biggest fan of just the blue stealth shield. I like it, and I know it goes with this suit, but for me, it's got to be the red and blue shield. I just have to have it. You can see a lot of the stuff that he comes with in the package, and we're going to get that opened up and take a closer look at it in just a minute. You can see here that it looks like one of my little straps right here has come loose and fallen out. And here on the side, we have a nice picture of Cap with the shield on his back and helmet off. Here he is walking with the shield. Looks really good. And then some poses and some of the different ways you can pose this guy up. And it looks like they went heavy with the blue shield here on the photography on the back. So let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. All right, starting off, of course, we do have that ever popular industry standard great MAFEX display stand with all of its options. These are the best in the biz. I love this. Can't wait to get it cracked open and get Cap up on it. As far as his accessories goes, of course, he does come with both of the shields. Butterfingers today, and you can see that each one of them comes with a strap already attached and then a place for the other strap to plug in. I hope that plugs in nice and tight. But again, the red and blue shield was a deal sealer for me. Without that, I'm not sure I would have picked this figure up. He does come with two additional straps. We have a small one for holding, and it is keyed, as you can see here. And then we have a larger one for, I'm assuming, to put his arm through all the way up to his mid-arm. And it is, like I said, it is keyed. It only goes in one direction, and it just snaps in. And I got to tell you, it doesn't feel the tightest of connections. It looks nice, it plugs in, but I'm not sure how well this is actually going to stay once we start moving the figure around. So we'll see how that goes. He does come with this two-piece system right here for putting the shield on his back, and we're going to see how well this works. It kind of just slides in underneath these two straps. We're going to take a closer look at this here in a little bit, but I did want to show, like, this is how it goes, and then you plug this in right here, and then you somehow put this on the shield, probably inside of the straps. That would be the most, that makes the most logical sense. Not sure, again, how this is going to work out, but we're gonna mess around with it and see. As far as the head sculpts go, he does come with this, you know, sort of calm look, at ease look on him in the package, and I do dig this. It does look like Chris Evans here inside of his mask. I do like this look. It looks really good. He does come with a more angry or sort of grimacing head for like throwing or punching or kicking or leaping, which I really dig. I'm glad that they came with a little more expression. And man, this helmet looks really good. I'm really liking it. And then, of course, he does come with the Chris Evans head. And I would say that this head sculpt is like 90% there. Like, I can see Chris Evans in it. The paint job is really nice. It looks good. But there's just some angles it's kind of there, and then some angles it's not. But I do dig it. And then, of course, he does come with an empty helmet for holding or grabbing or displaying, which is really nice. I'm always glad when they throw one of those in. And then as far as the hands goes, he does come with two fists on him in the package, and then a lot of extra hands. We've got some pointing fingers here, which is great for, you know, Cap giving orders and directions. He has two kind of open hands, gesturing hands for either, gesturing or maybe even holding the shield a little bit. He does come with two gripping hands for holding the shield. Not sure why they have trigger fingers. And he does come with two open hands as well for maybe like he's already thrown the shield and the hand is open, which is really nice. And then he comes with two of these hands that are for throwing the shield or holding the shield on its edge. And let's see how this works. I know how it works in theory, but let's see how it works in application. Looks like you want to slide this in one of the straps, and then you can see where the thumb fits in over the edge, and then the fingers are on top, and it holds it, but not very well. If you turn this in a certain way, it is just going to slide right out. So we'll mess around with this again here in a little bit when we start posing him up, but let's get these back on the tree. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, as far as articulation goes, man, I just love his proportions. He looks big, he looks muscular, he looks beefy, and I'm here for it. With this particular head, he can look up all the way. He's got a joint at the neck and at the bottom of the neck. He can look down so far, which is incredible for posing. He's got this kind of dual neck action going on here, lots of range of motion, lots of bobble and side to side and rotation, so you can get a lot of movement out of the head. He does come with a slight butterfly joint. It does move forward and back, moves further back than it does forward, and that's about as far over in front of his chest as you're going to be able to get the arm. I think it's probably because of those big straps, but I'm okay with it. It looks good. It does fold all the way out and up, hits higher than that T pose, almost a Y pose, which is really nice. Arms can go all the way around if you need it. It has no upper bicep swivel, but I'm okay with that because it doesn't destroy the look of the arm. It does come with a single joint, but you get well past 90, so I'm okay with that as well. You do have a swivel at the top of the elbow joint and then a swivel at the bottom of the elbow joint, and then you have a hinge and a swivel there at the wrist. For chest articulation, it is on a diaphragm joint, so you can move forward and back and bobble side to side. Coupled with his lower abdomen articulation, you can lean him forward that far and then lean him back that far, but you do want to be careful because you are going to get quite a bit of gappage right here above the diaphragm. But it does look good for leaping or jumping poses. Looks really good. He is articulated at the waist. The belt is a separate piece. The lower part of the shorts is not rubbery, so that's nice. It's nice and stiff, and the legs do have a really nice drop down. Without the drop down, his leg can only go forward that far, but with that drop down, he can go all the way forward. He can only go out that far to the side because of that pocket. It kind of gets in the way, and then even with the drop down, he can only go back about that far. There's no upper thigh cut, which is kind of not excusable. Like, you really need that. I wish we had it. You have double jointed knees, but that's as far back as you're going to get, which is nice. I'm happy with that. You have an upper boot cut, which is nice. And then the articulation is really tight down on the feet. Can't really move up and down. It's got a slight pivot, but it does have toe articulation for some of those running poses, which is nice. I don't always need toe articulation, but with this figure, I'm glad we have it. Now, just going over some of the details here, the helmet looks great. I love some of the tech lines and that A. You've got the SHIELD logo over here on this side because at this point, he still is an agent of SHIELD. And that nice star on the front. I love the detail here with the stars and stripes and his name, Rogers, right there. I love the tech lines and then the silver on the belt with all of the pouches and little accents. He has this nice muted red line running down the side of his pants, just like Han Solo. You've got some nice detail work on the boots. They look great. Now, I do want to pop this head off, and let's go with the unhelmeted. Oh, nope. Let's go ahead and put this head on real quick because I do want to show what it looks like when you have the grimacing head on there, and I dig it. I think it looks nice. It adds a little bit of emotion to the character. He's not so stoic. Of course, same articulation that we got with the helmeted head version. And then let's now put on the Chris Evans head, the unhelmeted head, the Steve Rogers head, if you will, and see how that articulates. Nice articulation side to side. Can still look up a little bit less than the helmet because of the hair getting in the way, but still can look down. And you know what? I really dig this look. He looks really good with that unhelmeted head on because, a lot of times in his stealth suit, he did not have his helmet on. He just went sans helmet, which looks really nice. Now, let's see here as far as like, how is this going to work with the, let's check this out for the shield because I'm very interested in how this is going to work. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the larger one to go in on his arm. And then we're going to need to probably put in, just for safety's sake, let's put in one of these more open hands. Yeah, that thing's already fallen off. This is going to be a problem. I'm not sure what the solution here maybe would have been. A tighter fit, maybe have them, maybe different shields, maybe them connect with, I don't know, maybe magnets would have been nice. Maybe forego the straps altogether and just have magnets on his arms, kind of like he did in the movie, but not really with this particular look and not with this shield and not with this suit. But let's see how this is going to work here. Let's carefully slide this in. And yep, the minute you try to feed the peg into the hand, this thing is going to come right off. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even sure this extra strap is worth it unless you're just doing some, some action figure photography and you really want to see that strap on the inside of the shield. But for like display purposes, for fun, playability, posing, messing around, man, I don't know. This is just kind of finicky and it kind of bothers me. You can get it to work, but the minute you move it, it's just going to pop right out. I'm not even sure you really need it. I'm pretty sure that you could probably just take that strap off altogether. The hand is in there really tight. It fits on the peg really tight. So honestly, yeah, you don't even need it. Just go without it. Like, save yourself some hassle. Save yourself some frustration. It works just as well without it. Looks just as good. And depending on how you have it posed, you're not even going to see it. Not even going to see it. So let's pull this off real quick. I'm going to get this hand out and then see what the throwing hand looks like. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the throwing hand first. Let's go ahead and slide this on. It's kind of like a reverse Wolverine claw. And then let's see. I don't want to put it in on the one that falls off. Yep. It's just going to fall off. Let's just put it in right there. And gravity's going to do the work and it's going to hold very well. It looks great. But if you tilt it down, it's just going to slide right off. Not sure the shield attachments are the best solution to these problems here with this particular figure. I'm pretty sure MAFEX could have come up with something better. But let's see if third time's a charm here. Let's see if we strike out 3 times or if this actually works. Let's mess around here with this this back piece a little bit and see how this works in execution. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little E-shaped piece and it's going to fit down underneath the lower straps. The top straps are too tight to fit there, so we're going to fit this down in, and it fits in nice and snug. I don't feel like it's going to scratch the paint. It doesn't feel like it's going to break, and that fits in there really, really well. That's super sturdy. As far as the rest of this goes, I have no hopes that this strap is going to stay plugged in. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you have this figure. Did you glue these straps in and just say forget about it? Like, I don't even want to deal with it. What did you do? What was your solution? But it looks like this piece here is going to fit between the straps, and I guess you want to have the curved part outward so it's closer to the strap or the plug. So there you go. You plug it in like that, and it fits in. Let's see if it remains. Nope. The minute I plug this in, this thing comes loose and wants to fall off. But it does go on. Looks like I kind of have it off center just a little bit. There you have it. Yeah, so it does fit on this back. That's how it works. An extra back piece that, you plug in and clip onto the shield would have worked. But, if you shake it too hard, this whole thing's going to, again, I don't know if this was the best. Maybe turn that thing up vertically and then only put in one strap and just let it hold it vertically. That may be the best way. But yeah, otherwise, this is not working for me. So let's get this guy stood up with some other figures and see how he compares height-wise with other figures in this same scale. Okay, here he is next to a Marvel Legends, and this is a smaller figure. This is, Spider-Man, so, he is going to kind of stand over him a little bit. Here he is compared to a Star Wars Black Series figure, and I think he scales well with the Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. I think you can fit this in with your Marvel Legends no problem. Here he is next to a Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series figure, and then here he is next to a Mythic Legions, our good buddy Bilbo's Broken Shield, and then with one last comparison, let's bring in a Mezco 1/12 Collective so you can see how he fits in nicely with these figures. He fits in great with 6-inch scale figures. Not too big, not too small. So let's get this guy into some poses and see how he poses up. Okay, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love this base figure the hands, and the head. I'm not a fan of this shield situation and the different ways that you clip it onto his arm, the different ways you clip it onto his back, the different ways you clip it onto like the throwing mechanism. Not a fan at all. MAFEX, I think, could have found a better way to fix these issues, better solutions for these figures, for these problems. That's just my opinion. Like I said before, you guys let me know in the comments down below how you've sort of solved some of these problems. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? And if there's a way without gluing these things in permanently that I can make this better. Otherwise, I do love this figure. I do have the Winter Soldier figure pre-ordered as well. So hopefully when we get that guy in, we'll bring the Cap back out and we'll see how they pair well to each other. I'm really looking forward to that mashup on my shelf. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.